North Carolina may soon join Arizona with good news. UK law may soon require gas stations to also have EV chargers, and the outgoing VP of Autopilot Software says the team grew massively while he was there. Here's Tesla Tidbits episode number 256 for June 22nd, 2017. We start with more phenomenal news on the direct sales front, courtesy of Teslarati. North Carolina House Bill 617 was a fairly unexciting bill in the world of EVs. It started life in April simply as a vehicle to allow temporary sales permits for antique and specialty vehicles. Wednesday changed this. The antique wording is gone, and now it provides guidance for manufacturer-owned dealerships, provided they're either dedicated to EV sales or the manufacturer has no other traditional dealer franchises. While Tesla was not specifically mentioned, they absolutely would be benefited by the bill. Currently, it's prohibited for a manufacturer to sell directly to the public in North Carolina, but Tesla did manage to sneak one store in under the radar because there were no objections to the DMV application. The bill does cap the number of stores to 6, but this would be a huge first step in the right direction, and given the size of the state, I can't imagine only having 6 would be a huge issue. It's not like this is Texas or California. The bill is expected to be up for vote soon, so we'll keep an eye out to see if we can scratch another state off the list of sales bans. We switch to a story from Electrek out of the UK, where a new law may go into effect requiring gas stations to install EV chargers as well. I'm going to ask forgiveness for my UK listeners out there in advance if I screw up the description here, as I'm not terribly familiar with the political system there. The Automated and Electric Vehicles Bill has been introduced in the UK in the Queen's speech. The UK government is pledging £600 million to support the ultra-low emissions market. Provisions in the bill include the aforementioned requirement for gas stations to install charge stations, as well as motorway service stations. The bill also will support the invention, design, and use of driverless cars, as well as mandate insurance be extended to cover the use of automated vehicles. All of this is in addition to an existing £4,500 plug-in grant incentive to buy EVs in the country. This is another piece of legislation that isn't yet complete, so we'll add it to the pile of legislation to watch out for. Lastly tonight, Electrek brings us some interesting parting information from the outgoing VP of Autopilot Software. Chris Latner said that during his tenure, the Autopilot team grew by 50%, and he lists the accomplishments during that time in his updated resume. He notes the fact that the team essentially built an autonomy suite from scratch in 6 months' time, bringing the new hardware to parity with the old over the course of 7 major feature releases. The most interesting of the bullet points on the resume is that he spearheaded a major rewrite of the vision stack, which he says led to, quote, significantly better precision, recall, and inference performance, end quote. Glad to see a list of your accomplishments since joining, Chris, and we hope to see you land somewhere else to contribute soon. You can find the links to today's full stories in the show description. This show operates on a value-for-value model. If you get some value out of what I do each day, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Thanks to my super patrons John Waltauer, Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Mark and Sarah Thomas, Ryan Scarborough, and Lee Sweet for supporting the show at the $10 plus level. If you have no dollars to toss my way, no worries. Please show your love with positive feedback and subscriptions on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and other services across the internet, or keep the show referral code in mind if you're in the market for a Tesla. DM me on Twitter and I'll happily provide it to you. That's it for today. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.